Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hi YouTube friends. Today we're gonna talk about my Lycaste, which is the Red Jewel Lycaste. I'm gonna talk about how I care for them and how they bud for me after almost a year. So basically this plant I got from online nursery uh, on March 2019. It has only one bloom for me, and then I made a video on how I repotted June of 2019. So let's see, so this month, it's a month early actually, it flowered for me. And yeah, sometimes though I wish it waited because when it flowered, our temperature, especially early as January, if it buds on January or February, and our temperature still, because it's still winter, our temperature drops below 50 degrees, and it's not good for the bulbs and the buds. So that's the name, Red Jewel. Yeah. So yeah, I patiently take them in every time, and every time it rain, I have to protect it, and then not put them in the cold after it rained. And I cannot protect them when it rains 4 in the morning. So yeah, that was hard for me, but I did it. I protected them, especially when it's in bud. So yeah, especially this one too, the cymbidium. Yeah, see, there's still more bud there, and I'm gonna do another also spotlight on how I care for them next on my next video. So hopefully you guys stay tuned on how I take care of my cymbidium. But right now we're gonna talk about my Lycaste, which is so pretty. It gave me 2 flowers, and it's just a year, almost a year from my care. So yeah, it's fragrant, and look at that color. When I took a picture of it, the picture showed up like it's like a painting, that it doesn't look real because of the color, the splashes of color in the picture. it it's just like, it's like a painting and not a real, you know live flower. But anyway, yeah, this is a typical Red Jewel. It's got that red lip but yellow here, the same one there, and then on the side, and then there's that 2 petals. It's actually fragrant, and white patch there. Yeah. So let's talk about the media. Okay. When I If you see my video on how I repot it, I use a cutout small sphagnum moss, and then there's tiny rocks, and also tiny lava rocks. I think the rocks helps with drainage, and then some of the fine bark. Use fine barks because they like their media to be wet. I mean moist, not wet, moist. So yeah, so they did fine. And if you can see, my pot is not small. It's big actually for the Lycaste, which has, I have 3 bulbs. So but there's a lot of roots there in the underneath that media. But yeah, and they did fine with that bigger pot. Plus I use ceramics, so they evaporates faster. That's the thing. So you know how they say that you have to repot your orchid just the right space, because they like to be pot bound. Sometimes I question that, and I cannot, especially when, even Miss Orchid Girl that's been doing orchids video for years, she even has a video on, questioning why this orchid needs to be pot bound when in nature they grow on trees. There's no pots. They don't grow in pots. And actually I had a few orchids that I have to repot before even 6 months because the roots just overtake the pot and they're going out of the pot, and I have to put them in a bigger pot. So anyway, sometimes I'll be one of those YouTubers that's probably gonna bend the rule, whatever they say in writing to do this, and yeah, I probably gonna be doing different, and so I'm also trying new things. So yeah, sometimes those paper written, it's very old, it's never been updated, and so and good thing we have other YouTubers that are orchid growers, and they share with us what works for them. And it turns out, you have a lot to consider when you take care of your orchid, and plus you have to kind of look at the nature of the orchid, how they like it, in how their growing requirements are. So this one, being it's a bulb, they always get thirsty. See there, they need some water in the bulb. So that's why we have the fine small bark sphagnum moss. So because they want their soil to be moist and not wet, of course, and they get always thirsty. So I water them during summer maybe twice a week, because and then of course you check the media if it's still dry or wet. Plus you have the rain, then you don't need to water. I probably this year I'm gonna put a slow release, a little bit of it, so when it rains it also gets nutrients. Plus I probably gonna also do put fertilizer in my daily watering. I saw somebody mention that it's best to fertilize lighter, and you fertilize them every watering instead of fertilizing them one time a month or twice a month, and then all that water will just be washed off anyway, so they don't really absorb all the nutrients. So but if you water lightly with for water, and then you put a light fertilizer, then every time you water they get that nutrients. I heard somebody said that, which is makes sense to me, but it takes a lot of work from us, from you as a, taking care of your orchids. So yeah, but they did okay. Mine, they did okay. I don't fertilize a lot. So you just follow your own fertilizer, whatever your fertilizer recommends, how you water them, because each of us have different brands. So you follow the direction, and you don't want to over fertilize your orchids. It's better to under fertilize the orchids than over fertilize them. It's not gonna be good. So how I care for them during winter, I probably water them every 10 days, and I don't really like really wet all of the media actually. And then if the temperature gets in the 70s, which usually our winter here in Florida gets to 70 sometimes, it feels like spring. Now it's February, and it feels summer now here. So anyway, so I would water them maybe 7 days, but if it's really cold, then maybe 10 days. Um, yeah. But when they are budding, like I had January, February, oh my gosh, I have to water them. A vendor told me that once they're in bud or bloom, they don't need water because they use up water from the bulb. So, but I cannot help it. I feel concerned if I don't water them, so I just water the sides of the pot very lightly, just so they it just um, get a little bit wet, but not too much. Yeah, but they did okay. I did that. So that's how I take care of my Lycaste. And then what else? The light. I put them under my big tree. So it gets medium light and it's cooler there. The breeze of the air is cooler because it's under the tree. Yeah. So yeah, they look very pretty since the second bulb opened just yesterday. And I was so happy. I didn't expect it to open so soon. But yeah, they survived the cold because I put them inside the patio where the temperature, I try to get it, at least above 50. So I have a heater there, especially the temperature drops below 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning. So that's why I end up taking them in. And then when the sun goes up, because it's a glass window, I have to turn on the air condition. Plus they also have a grow light there in the patio, so at least they get light, not too much shade inside the patio. So yeah, but when it's winter, the plants can sense that it's winter because the light is not so bright. So if you want your orchids to experience winter, don't put them in a very bright light because they only get very bright light when it's summer. So yeah, the I think the orchids can sense. That's how they can sense. They cannot see, but they can sense it through their leaves how bright the light is, and then the temperature in their roots, how cold it is, so they can sense it. So they stop growing when there's cold. So I don't know. I hope I discuss everything. And so this is how I care for my Lycaste. And I think the others, maybe hopefully they'll also bloom for me. I think Red Jewel probably is the one that really blooms. I don't know what the other Lycaste variety that really blooms every year, but so far this is a reliable bloomer. I can say that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoy my video and learned something from it, and hope to see you on my next video. And if we're gonna discuss about my cymbidium there. I was just waiting for all of the buds to open. Yeah, so anyway, I appreciate your time listening to my video and watching my video, and hopefully see you on my next video. Thank you so much. Bye now.